So here I am at Schofields, waiting for the bus to Tallawong so that I can start filming this video. Oh my god, I hate that there's no metro between Tallawong and Schofields. I swear to god, I hate it so much. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. Like, god, how hard would it have been to just extend the metro from Tallawong to Schofields just a short 2 or 3 kilometers. And on top of that, my bus is running late. So, I hate everything.
Well, finally my bus showed up and took me to Tallawong, the first stop on our journey today.
There's my cameraman for the day. Hello. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
You excited to help out filming a Building Beautiful video?
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best so I make sure not to frame it right.
Tell me your favorite fact about the metro.
Your favorite fact? I don't know nothing about the metro. Probably my favorite fact is that it comes to my suburb.
The Sydney Metro extension is officially due to open on Sunday, the 4th of August. Check out my deep dive into that project in the top right if you haven't already. Inspired by a rather niche YouTuber from London, I thought we'd turn back the clock and uncover the secrets of the metro that's currently open from Tallawong to Chatswood. Hopefully you'll learn a thing or two about the Sydney Metro Northwest. Did you know that Tallawong was actually called Kudgegong Road for the entirety of its construction, named after a nearby road?
Tallawong, the suburb, was actually only gazetted in November 2020, even though Tallawong Metro Station opened in May 2019. That meant that Rouse Hill, which Tallawong used to be in, was part of a select group of suburbs that had 2 or more train stations in it for a year and a half. Those of you trying to catch a metro at Platform 1 at Tallawong will be sorely disappointed. Tallawong only has a Platform 2 and 3. This is because when they eventually extend the metro towards Schofields, it'll save them needing to renumber the platforms.
Between Tallawong and Rouse Hill is this incredible bridge over Windsor Road, quite reminiscent of the Anzac Bridge. Indeed, this bridge and the viaduct that follows it won the 2018 Project of the Year award from Engineering News Record. Amazing!
There used to be a station that sounded a lot like Rouse Hill Station, Rose Hill Station. Funnily enough, Rose Hill Station closed only 7 months after Rouse Hill Station opened in January 2020. Guess there really is room for only one of them.
Rouse Hill is elevated, the only other elevated metro station being Kellyville.
Rouse Hill Station is located right opposite Rouse Hill Town Centre, which is quite the quirky little shopping centre. It has 2 roads that run right through the middle of it, and large parts of the shopping centre are located outdoors. It's got a great vibe to it. I personally love it.
In old Sydney Metro proposals, Kellyville was actually meant to get 2 stations. One at Samantha Riley Drive, where the current station is, and one at Burns Road. The Burns Road station was dumped in favour of a station further south at Bella Vista. Quite interestingly, Burns Road doesn't exist anymore. The eastern section was always called Memorial Avenue, so they just renamed the whole thing for consistency in 2008. A few moments ago I showed a map using metro symbols, but this would have been inaccurate had the Northwest rail link just been another train line as originally planned. Just north of Kellyville Station is the White Hart Inn, which was built in the late 1820s, demolished in the early 20th century, and only uncovered for the first time in December 2013 while they were building the metro. They've sadly covered it up again, which sure did attract the ire of this local guide on Google Maps. To be fair, they do seem to give a lot of 1-star reviews. There truly is no pleasing some people.
There's actually a T-way that runs right alongside the Metro Viaduct between Bella Vista and Rouse Hill. Each T-way stop has its own name. The stop at Kellyville Metro Station, Riley, was renamed to Kellyville Metro Station 5 years ago. Someone should probably pass the memo onto the bus stop then. At Bella Vista, the T-way actually runs on the opposite side of Old Windsor Road. Despite this, they still decided to rename the corresponding T-way stop, although, of course, they didn't actually do it. This results in the peculiar situation where Bella Vista Stand C is located a solid 10-minute walk from Bella Vista Metro Station, in the neighbouring suburb of Glenwood. I can confirm that they named the stop Celebration, as that's what commuters do when they finally make it here.
There used to be a large shopping centre called Totally Home here, which sadly had to make way for the station, although you can still see its outline on Google Maps interestingly. Bella Vista in general is the Vaucluse of the hills. Anyone who lives here is absolutely insanely loaded, and to suggest otherwise would be ignorant and foolish.
Why are you pointing the camera at me?
Just like Tallawong, Norwest is actually a new suburb which used to be part of Balcombe Hills and Bella Vista, although interestingly it was split off from the suburb in June 2018 before the metro opened, unlike Tallawong.
Around about the time that they were constructing the Sydney Metro, they were also callously demolishing the best infrastructure project Sydney has ever seen. The Sydney monorail. In order to keep Brook Hollow Avenue open, they used 60 beams from the Sydney monorail in order to create a temporary road bridge. Amazing! So according to one of my... Shut up! I'm recording something! According to one of my fans, there is a outdated map somewhere on the Norwest platform, so let's go and find it, okay? Holy crap, wait. He was actually right, wait, come. Or he or she, to be fair. The Carlingford line's still here. Bro. It's outdated on this side too. They were actually right, isn't that crazy?
Norwest is actually the quietest station on the metro, although, to be clear, it's still pretty busy. It's 6 times busier than Denniston and has had twice as many visits since 2016, despite having only been open since 2019. Hill Showground is one of 2 stations on the metro not named for the suburb that it's in. It's actually in Castle Hill. Hill Showground was actually originally planned to be called Hill Centre, after the local government buildings located here. The Showground was to make way for a metro station. However, due to community consultation, the government buildings made way for the station instead, and the Showground was kept. Did you know that each station east of Epping has a signature colour? Lime green at Tallawong, apple green at Rouse Hill, lemon yellow at Kellyville, sunflower yellow at Bella Vista, light orange at Norwest, deep orange at Hill Showground, cherry red at Castle Hill, and blossom pink at Cherrybrook. Such incredible attention to detail, truly. Castle Hill Metro Station is my favourite station on the new metro, purely because of the pedestrian link into Castle Towers shopping centre.
This brilliant integration really reminds me of the MRT in Singapore. Let's just say that there is another shopping centre somewhere on the metro that really could take a leaf out of Castle Towers' book. This linkway didn't actually open with the metro station, but rather opened 7 months later in December 2019, when the expansion of Castle Towers opened.
Being a Hills boy, I used to come to Castle Towers a lot as a child, and I remember clearly that this used to be a huge car park. Frankly, I like what's here instead now.
Now, Castle Hill Metro Station opened in 2019, but if we rewind the clock almost 100 years, the original Castle Hill train station opened in 1923 on this location. It was part of the old Rogans Hill Railway, which ran from Westmead all the way to Rogans Hill, just north of Castle Hill.
For years, there was an old mechanical signal here that was the only hint of the station's existence. I'm not sure when this was taken down or where it is now, but I do hope it's being preserved somewhere. If the Rogans Hill Railway had survived, it's quite likely the line would have been extended north to Dural, and development would have spread in that direction instead of west towards Rouse Hill. Instead, there's f*** all in Dural, which, to be fair, I'm pretty sure is just how they like it.
At Cherrybrook, they have cherry blossom trees visible from the platform in honor of the name of the station. Isn't that so creative? Except I forgot that it's currently winter and the trees are completely bare.
Despite being on the long tunneled section of the metro, Cherrybrook is an open cut station like Bella Vista. Cherrybrook is also the only metro station to not have escalators. The gap between Cherrybrook and Epping is actually the biggest gap between 2 stations on Sydney's rail network, sitting at just over 6 kilometres. You're bound to get bored. Just try find ways to pass the time, I guess.
Do we have to take the long escalator?
I'm afraid we do, Rowan.
Alright, we're going to head up to the intermediate level at Epping Station. See if you can guess the next secret along with Rowan.
I'll give you a hint, Rowan. Yeah. Look at the signs.
One, two, three. It's missing platform 4.
Good job. You figured it out. It's missing platform 4.
This is because platform 4 is reserved for if and when they ever quadruplicate the main northern line. For now, it's fenced off. The interesting thing is that really, platform 3 should be the one that's missing, not 4.
Now, the Epping to Chatswood rail link opened in 2009, more on that in the top right, before its conversion into a metro in 2019. Indeed, the tunnel that linked the Northern Line to the ECRL is still here, with the downline running north intact in case maintenance vehicles need to access the metro from the surface. Macquarie University is indeed the only train station in all of Australia that bears the name of a university.
Macquarie University is the closest station to Macquarie Centre. This can be a little bit confusing for commuters, as you'd probably expect Macquarie University to purely service the university, with Macquarie Park servicing the shopping centre. Hence, Metro announcements always specify that if you want to get to Macquarie Centre, you have to get off at Macquarie University.
Arrive at Macquarie University or Macquarie Shopping Centre.
The worst thing about Macquarie University is that, unlike Castle Towers, there's no direct underground link into the neighbouring Macquarie Centre. So the only way to get between the two is by this pathetic, narrow walkway. Abysmal. Believe it or not, this is actually because Macquarie Centre didn't want the station here at all. The land for the station was forcibly acquired from Macquarie Centre, so they took the government to court in 2006. They stupidly argued that the centre was already popular with cars, that train commuters would fill their car parks, and more baffling arguments. The courts obviously dismissed them, but nonetheless, no underground linkway was ever built between the station and shopping centre. I think maybe this is a blessing in disguise though. Macquarie Centre is probably the most confusing shopping centre I've ever been in. Good luck trying to escape, God knows you'll need it. The suburb of Macquarie Park actually has two stations, Macquarie Park and Macquarie University. Interestingly, they both used to be in North Ryde, and although the new suburb was created in 1999, many suburbs still use the North Ryde address over 20 years later, including Macquarie Centre. It may surprise you that there's actually 3 stations in Sydney with the word Macquarie in it, the other being the very innocuous station of Macquarie Fields, the second quietest station on the T8. I don't know if you can tell, but I really struggled to come up with secrets for Macquarie Park. Wait, don't slam me away, I'm not done yet. The Ryde suburbs are the only group of suburbs in Sydney to have stations on 2 completely disconnected train lines. West Ryde on the T9 and North Ryde on the M1. North Ryde was actually originally going to be called Delhi Road. Near the station is this beautiful development, with the Lachlan's Line Bridge opened in 2020 to link the station to the apartments. It's one of the most striking bridges I've ever seen, and indeed won the New South Wales Steel Excellence Award for Engineering in 2020.
North Ryde Station is actually located right opposite a cemetery. I felt like there was surely a joke to be had about this, but I couldn't think of one, so I did what anyone would do. I asked my girlfriend to do it for me.
I personally move here, but I feel like the median age range is a bit high for me. Pants to the cemetery.
Haha.
Ironic it's called North Ryde when all these guys are in the south. Like south in the ground,
Okay.
like down.
North Ryde Station located opposite a cemetery. Come up with a joke about this. Why did the ghost get a train ticket at North Ryde? Because it's the only way to make sure he could get to his eternal destination on time.
The hell?
It's pretty bad.
Mine is better.
Did you know that after North Ryde, there was going to be a station called UTS Ku-ring-gai? The Parramatta to Chatswood rail link was planned to go over the Lane Cove River on a bridge before a station was built at the university campus. However, due to my favourite people, NIMBYs, this was turned into an expensive tunnel and the station was cancelled as it would be now impractically deep to build. Although we can't know for sure, it's believed that going under the river blew the costs so high on the project that this is why they cancelled the Parramatta to Epping section of the rail link. Chatswood is the busiest station on the metro, which, to be honest, is probably not that surprising.
Although it seems like it, Chatswood Station isn't actually elevated. The original station was demolished here in 2005 and fully reopened in 2008 as part of the Eckroll.
The shops beneath the station sit on excavated land beneath street level, which gives the illusion of an elevated structure. Chatswood is home to one of only 2 true cross-platform transfers in Sydney, the other being at Glenfield. Chatswood also has the dubious honour of being my favourite station in the entire city. Well, Fine, second favorite. Chatswood is just incredible. Definitely the best example of transit-oriented development in all of Sydney. Check out my video in the top right to learn more about that.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm pretty sure Chatswood is the only place in Sydney where you can find 3 milk tea stores in a row. Not bad. Okay, to be clear, these aren't both mine. This is Rowan's.
So I have just learned today that Rowan has never been to Chatswood. How could you have not been to my favourite place in Sydney?
I live on the road.
Well, what is your impression of Chatswood so far?
Chatswood, yeah, it seems nice. I feel like I'm floating in the air right now. And I can't tell you why.
We're above the station right now.
Yeah, I think that's why.
Rowan and I be treating ourselves now. Now that we have finished our film shoot.
Delicious.
Delicious. What do you rate it?
I've only tasted the cucumber and egg, and so far, 10 out of 10.
Hasn't even started yet, my bad.
And well, that's that. We've uncovered all the secrets of the Sydney Metro Northwest. I guess there's not really much to do now, but wait for the Sydney Metro extension to open. Oh, you don't need to wait with me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. What? I told you, go away.